welcome to the Astro Forecast for the week of April 18th to the 24th. This is a nice lighter week. There's some sprinklings of good and a little bit more, I would say, challenging aspects in between, but all moving us forward in some wonderful way. So let's start off the week. Monday, April 18th, we have Mercury conjunct to Uranus in Taurus. Now, Mercury is our mind, our communication, our thought processing, and the way we connect to the people around us. And Uranus is the rebelliousness, our unique, our effervescence, the part of us that makes us different from each other. This is also the evolutionary self. This is the great awakener. So when Mercury comes to sit with Uranus, and this happens about every year, this is a time of out of the box thinking. This is a great time to have unique conversations, meet amazingly unique people who are aliens. No, I'm just kidding. Uranus does alien-like people. Uranus rules Aquarians who are aliens, right? I'm just kidding. But really, there's this kind of this, and it's in Taurus too, which is quite cool because this is grounding some of those ideas into reality. This might be, we might find out more information about aliens coming to Earth. Now, this over COVID, what's happened is the US government has come out with actually saying that aliens have alien technology. They have had experiences with unidentified flying objects, and they have declassified a lot of these files. So this Mercury conjunct Uranus now could be more of that coming to light, more information about what this is and really secrets being unearthed here, meeting amazing people, groundbreaking ideas, seeing things differently, seeing out of the box thinking, coming up with some great technology for the environment, Taurus. This could be even new ways of banking and the banking system going through a kind of a bit of a shift or a new understanding, or maybe a new cryptocurrency might come out during this time too. So it's really interesting when we start to see how the astrology is kind of foreshadowing, I guess, so what's coming out in the collective or really influencing. Now, on this day, we have three aspects. So we have Mercury conjunct to Uranus, and then Venus sextile to Uranus. So a sextile is a very positive aspect. Venus is what we love and value, and Uranus is the great awakener, right? This unique part of us. So we are wanting, Venus is in Pisces. Pisces is spirituality, it's our intuition, it's flow, it's creativity. And when Venus kind of plays with Uranus nicely, this can be, again, wild and crazy relationships and connections and experiences. We might spend our money on things that are unique experiences. Now we want to go and have experiences that are deep and connective, right? We don't want just the surface stuff. Pisces is deep connection, empathy, compassion. So this might be a way that we're connecting to people around the world in a compassionate way. This would be like a great energy for a world meditation. Love of unique things, great relationship to help with furthering your goals as well. So it's just a lovely, these two aspects together are really a great way to go out and do something unique that you've been wanting to do for a while. Now, the last aspect on this day is the Sun square to Pluto. Now, Sun square Pluto is not easy. A square is a 90-degree angle, and it is considered challenging or crisis or a bit difficult to integrate. And the Sun is our vitality. It's how we feel about ourselves. And it's in Aries, at this time, fiery Aries, which is a cardinal fire sign. So this is about starting something new. We're wanting to get going on things. And then the square to Pluto is like, no, not yet. You got some rules, you got some things, you got some restrictions. I don't think so just yet. So it's almost like we're fighting against a part of us. And this is sort of a controlling aspect or manipulation. Pluto can represent death, rebirth, transformation, control, manipulation. And it's the shadow of society. So when we think about our vitality, we're wanting to go, we're wanting to do the thing. And Pluto's going, we got some things yet in Capricorn too, the government. So this is a feeling like, to me, around this time, I feel like our pandemic numbers are going to go sky high and we're going to start to see some restrictions come back again. We're like, no, we were in endemic stage. I know. And if the hospitals are being overrun and there's not enough resources to take care of everyone's needs, then we have to mitigate that. So there might be some mitigation with that as well, because Venus is about in Pisces is healing and compassion and hospitals coming together to help each other. And Uranus in Taurus is kind of this great awakener. Is like, all right, how we doing this now? Doing things differently than in the past. So there might be a different way that I know we've been going through this for 2 years, so I can't even imagine what's new that could come out. That there may be, they've tried everything from vaccine passports to lockdowns to limiting people's exposure to masking. Like, is there something new that could come out? I do feel like there are new drugs that are coming to light now as well to control COVID, and the new variant is not going to be as strong. It isn't as strong. It's kind of already showing that the effects of it aren't really, it's becoming more and more like the common cold, which I think is so interesting. This is how it becomes endemic, right? So you're going to really, there might be this ego conflict, need for control. You want to change or defend something and it's not happening. This could, be an intense experience that triggers deeply buried psychological issues, fear, death, or losing control. That is exactly what this is. There's a triggering event. And what I would say with this triggering event, so let's say it is restrictions coming back again. How do you feel about that? That's the trigger, right? The trigger is actually the lockdown. So let's say I was to say, we're going back into lockdowns again. Would you feel like, all right, here we go again, right? Shore it up, get some resources, let's get some movies and whatever. I don't think we are going to go into lockdown again, just saying. But if I said that and that triggered, not again, oh my God, I'll never do that. There's a trigger. There's a trigger here about something, because you're reacting in such an emotionally charged way. There is something here that needs to be healed, right? And what we've been seeing in society a lot is projecting that it's this person's fault. It's this person's fault. And we're going to do this until this happens. And just like, okay, what I see is grief and fear and triggers, which are traumas. So this is going to come up for you at this time, right? Around this day. And the sun square to Pluto it's exact on this day, which is April 18th, but it's going to be coming into aspect. So we're going to feel it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? We're going to feel it kind of 3 days on either side of this. And so we're going to feel it getting stronger to Monday and then waning away after Monday. There's going to be something coming back. And it's interesting because what's happened now is everyone has gone back to work, right? I laugh because it's like everyone's gone back to work and they've lifted work from home restrictions, and people are like, but I liked working from home, or I liked having the mix, or I liked telecommuting. So there's definitely this feeling of we're trying to find our way. We're still not out of the woods yet. And that's what I want you to hear. So whatever comes up for you now, and whatever the government and society is trying to do to mitigate this so that everyone has healthcare, right? That is a loving thing, to everyone have access to healthcare. Then can we do that for each other? And what comes up in you, they're like, oh, not again. It's like you feel grief then. You've lost a lot and you don't want to lose anymore. Then you got to sit with those feelings with loving kindness and maybe a therapist, and sit with that and go, what is this about for me? How can I release this? How can I heal this? Can I integrate it and accept this part of me that feels sad that I don't want to go through this again? That's normal. It's normal. What's not normal is making yourself angry and blaming everybody else because you don't want to look at the hurt inside. If that makes sense. So Tuesday, April 19th, the sun is moving into Taurus. Happy birthday, Taurus. I have so many wonderful Taurus in my life. They are a unique bunch. No, I'm all love. They are fixed earth, right? They are kind and caring and loving. I always think of like Ferdinand the bull, with the flowers and the bulls, the horns and stuff, and just loving, caring, and kind until you get them out. And then it's like, you're out. I always say, once you're out of the plane with the Taurus, you're out of the plane. You never come back into that plane. They are very, what's the word? I would say opinionated, but informed on what they choose to believe and what they choose to act on. Their experiences are key and king. And shouldn't they all, we all have that. Not should, we all have that. Our experiences inform our beliefs. But where where we could have more debate. Taurus are very kind of like, this is what I know and this is where I'm going to go. And that's why they're so reliable, right? That's why they can be counted on to be a pillar of society. And usually they're very good with money. They like quality. Oof, they know nice things. They like longevity of things, things that are going to last the test of time. They don't have a lot of time for BS. And I've noticed for all the Taurus in my life, they're not very trusting off the get-go. You have to earn a Taurus's trust, because they've got that moat around their castle with a lot of alligators in it. Once you get in through the drawbridge, then you're in for life. But they're also, obviously very cautious, because when they build something, they want to know that it's going to last. And you as a friend, they want to make sure that you're going to last the test of time as well. So there's methodical, sensual, receptive. Ooh, they are sensual little beings. They love good things. They're also very, I'm going to say sexy underneath for sure. Venus is the ruling planet, right? So they love nice things. They love music and food. Taurus love good food and good drink, for sure. So yay for Taurus season. It's more grounded than fiery Aries. It slows things down though, right? We think about fire moving into earth. It is now slowing things down and asking you to be methodical. All the ideas that you had in Aries season, you're asking, the universe is asking you to ground them now and make them something that's going to last. So this is a lovely time to slow things down. Even though all the planets are going direct right now, we're going to feel a little bit like, oh my God, you feel like you're on a roller coaster with your face going back, like, oh my God, this is so now we're going to the slow part of the roller coaster ride. So yay. Wednesday, Thursday, no real big aspects. Wednesday, though, we have a number of squares to the moon. So this is a real time of where you feel like you want to move ahead, but you can't. And maybe there's some conflict with relationships and confusion on these 2 days. Now, not these 2 days, sorry, on Wednesday. Thursday is Earth Day, Earth Day. So some wonderful, groundbreaking ideas coming out here. This is a great day for conversations, connections, just wonderful connections and ideas coming to light. So I think we're going to see some new maybe technology for Earth Day come about, or ways that we can kind of heal our planet, fossil fuel, moving away from that, maybe some sort of evolution in electric cars. That would be Mercury conjunct Uranus there earlier in the week as well. Mercury rules cars, and Uranus would be something that's like a different kind of car, electric cars. Electricity, actually. And so Sunday, we don't have any other real aspects. That moon, or sorry, that sun square to Pluto is still going to be an aspect for the week. So that's that kind of that struggle that you're wanting to move forward with something, or you're feeling triggered with something, and there's an opportunity to ascend and transcend your shadow here, right? Really, your shadow is, and I think we use this term a lot in spirituality, and I was contemplating the other day how many people actually know what the shadow is. The shadow is the exiled parts of ourselves, exiled. I don't know why I said that. Exiled parts of ourself that we don't want to acknowledge. They're the parts of us that we push into the closet, into the dark, and say, that's not me. That's not me. I'm light and bubbly and airy, and I like to be nice. But an exiled part of me that I brought back since out of the shadow is the people pleasing part of me. Right? As a child, I wanted to take care of people. I wanted to be the person that helps everybody, because there was a lot of kind of hardship in my childhood, and I wanted to make sure that I mitigated that and I protected all the people. And now I bring that exiled part of myself back and I say to her, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Right. I mean, it's not that simple. There was a lot of other stuff that I did with that. You're like, oh, the Ho'oponopono, I can just do that and everything's good. No, there's a lot of other work and therapy to go with that too. But when we bring those parts of ourselves back and we say, we love you, and those parts of ourselves that split to hold ourselves safe, then we bring those back and we bring them back in with compassion and love, that they don't need to hold that anymore. So the shadow are the parts of us that we have exiled, that we have put away, that we've said we don't want to look at this because it's too painful, right? So Pluto is bringing that back. Now, Sunday, April 24th, we have 2 aspects here that's making it a little bit interesting because they're kind of opposites. So one is Mercury square to Saturn. So Mercury is our mind, remember, thought processing, communication, our coordination, our relationships with the people around us, our inner kind of close community. And Saturn is responsibility. duty, structure, our scarcity can live there too. So with Mercury square to Saturn, this is our mind and our ideas and the things that we want to do are not coherent, are not moving with or working with our responsibilities. We want to do something else, but we're like, oh, you got to do the thing, right? You got to clean your house, or you got to declutter, or you got to spring clean. Oh my God, this would be spring cleaning, right? Raking the leaves and all the things. And Saturn is in Aquarius, which is about community, humanitarian aspects, humanity, the collective, all of us together. And Saturn or Mercury is in Taurus. This is about my stuff, my needs, my goods. So this could be a reckoning of your money of like, you owe one taxes, or somebody comes saying, hey, you owe this bill that you forgot about years ago. There can be a reckoning with your money, paying your dues in society. So maybe there's something that you had to do, jury duty. This is an example of jury duty. Paying attention to details, but you don't want to, but you have to. Seek out a trusted professional advisor. Okay, this is important. This is not about taking advice from anybody, because if you take advice from your friends or people, whatever, you're not getting the help that you need. You will pay them price here. In a way, the piper will come back looking for its money. This can be misunderstandings, difficulty in communication. This is hard mental work, working by yourself, and you may feel lonely and you might have gloomy thoughts. So this is a great time to bring in those self-care tools that help you to bring more joy into your life, and really have your joy list. What brings you joy? And start to pull on those things. Now, the second aspect is going to kind of mitigate this, and this is Mercury sextile to Neptune. Now, it can mitigate it in that this is a time it's a Sunday, so if you're working, I guess you're going to have to deal with that. But really, this is a time to be by yourself. Be by yourself and not be with other people, because there might be some conflict there with responsibilities, and you should should. And instead, Mercury sextile to Neptune. Neptune is spirituality, compassion, devotion, spiritual love, intuition, connecting to the divine. And so when we have Mercury in Taurus, was about kind of thinking concrete thoughts and what am I doing and how am I doing these things and how am I making my way in the world and how am I grounding into concrete action my manifestations. Neptune is like, but are you staying on track with your intuition? Are you doing things the way that you know you're supposed to be? This is a lovely divine masculine, divine feminine kind of balancing act here, because you're wanting to do, but then on the other side, you're also wanting to stay with your spirit, with your intuition, with your guidance, inner guidance, not being pulled on the outside of with your responsibilities and what everyone's saying you should do. So on this day, you're going to find that balancing act of, I feel like I need to be responsible, but I also want to go plant flowers and go to a garden and run around. So this is not a good day, especially Saturday, Sunday, Monday, to have a heavy agenda to do things, because you're not going to feel motivated to do them. And you're going to feel like you really just want some time to be creative, spiritual connection, dreams, paying attention to dreams, art, creativity, writing. Again, you don't want to deal with details, right? Neptune in Pisces is not about the details. It's about flow and feeling and being in the moment, not trying to balance a checkbook, although that's like old school now. I don't think anyone does that anymore. Socializing, movies, relaxing. That is good things to do Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Now, I know Monday is usually a work day. So maybe giving yourself a lighter load on Monday. And as I go to my schedule, I think I'm pretty full on Monday. It's going to be an interesting day. So that is stay optimistic. I think really that's the key here this week, is to stay optimistic and to see what is life trying to hand you an opportunity to heal or to move through. And can you stay connected to your inner wisdom and see that opportunity for healing and growth? So easy, right? As life hands you these opportunities, I'm here to remind you not to forget who you are, right? We often I like to call it Earth School. We go into these wonderful classes and we have, listen to astrology reports like this, and you're like, I can do that. This feels awesome. And then somebody hits your car Or you get a lovely tax notice from the CRA saying you owe money. You're like, oh, this sucks. And I'm asking you to pull in the tools of what is this trying to teach me? You know what? You'll be able to pay it, go into installments. There's opportunities here to do it your way. Do it your way, right? If you feel like you're being controlled or manipulated, go into why. Why does that feel like that for you? What does that remind you of in your past? What is the part of you that's sad that this is happening? Sit with the grieving parts of yourself and not just try to gloss it over or be angry at everyone else. Blame is a flag for avoidance. Blame is avoidance. It's avoiding your grief. So, wishing you a wonderful week ahead and using that intuition. If you don't know how to use that, I got an Intuition 101 class that is open for enrollment, and you are going to have a magical week ahead as you stay introspective and grounded in who you are while witnessing what the world is trying to teach you. Have a great week. Bye.